Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to my fans, depending on where you're watching me from. Today, we want to talk about children differences. Many children have differences. It varies from one child to another. If you are a mother, you have 2 children, 3 children, don't expect them to behave the same. Don't expect your children to have similar lifestyle. Yeah, if you're expecting your children to have similar lifestyle, you are getting it wrong. Like in learning, there are children that are fast learners. There are children that are slow learners. If your child is amongst the fast learners, to God be the glory. And if your child falls amongst the slow learners, you also need to help the child. The ability to dictate where your child falls in is very, very important. If your child is amongst the slow learner, number one, you will meet the teacher, the class teacher in question. Interact with the teacher. Share your experience with the teacher so that the teacher will know how to handle your child. Because many teachers may not have the time to monitor your child to know whether your child is doing well or not. Many are like that. Why many also, I commend them of their works. It's a role of a mother, especially. You help your child to overcome the difference. Another thing I want us to talk about is comparing your child with other children. My dear, don't compare your child with other children. If your child is not doing well, you don't need to announce it. You don't need to tell the child everything that will make her sad or him sad. Those children you are comparing your child with, there are certain things your child have that those ones don't have. It's only to know the area your child is doing well, because your child cannot fail everywhere. You know the area your child is doing well and try to improve it. Your child must not be like other people. And whenever you start comparing your child with other children, your child starts having inferiority complex. And when this comes in, you are always losing that child. Even to come out with friends to do something, your child will be inferior. You'll be feeling inferior. The child cannot have boldness in anything he or she is doing, because already you have condemned him or her. Don't condemn your child. Don't give room to your child to notice that he or she is not doing well. Encourage your child. Encourage your child in whatever your child is doing. Inferiority complex is a torment. It's only the person that has it knows what he or her is suffering from. Yeah. If your child is not doing well, what you do is to encourage your child. If your child comes back with bad results, welcome your child. Encourage your child. Tell him or her, do you know why? Tell him or her, do you know why you get this result? Because you did not read your book. Because you were not paying attention. If you pay attention, you will do more better than those people out there. Do you know why your result is poor? Because you were not concentrating when the teacher was teaching. This one, you just talk to the person, to your child, in a way that your child will be comfortable with, not scolding him, shouting for him, calling him or her names. You are not doing good. I know sometimes it's not easy, but sometimes as parents, especially mothers, we that love shouting to children, we should be applying self-control while dealing with our children. It matters. Scolding to children, shouting on them at every little mistake, it's not good. When your child is used to your shouting and your beating, one, your child will not be afraid of you, or will not be afraid of any character he or she is possessing, because he will say or she will say, after all, my mom will shout, I'm used to his or her shouting, so what else? But when you are talking to your children politely and make sure you encourage them in whatever they do, when they do something wrong outside, it will touch their conscience. It will touch their conscience. Yeah. So, what I'm trying to tell us is that there is a word in education that is called positive reinforcement. If your child is not doing well, sometimes you try to apply positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement is when you are directing, teaching, encouraging your child or your children positively, without comparing them with others, without calling their names, without telling them all ill things that they're not supposed to hear just because they did not do well. If anything your child does, encourage that child. Encourage that child. Tell the child how good he or she can be when he or she puts small efforts to that. Encourage that person. It's very, very necessary. Sometimes why children cannot change is because we mothers, we are not helping the issue. We are not helping the issue at all. We don't give our children listening ear. We don't give them listening ear. You cannot allow your child to express him or herself to you, because you were not that way. You didn't train the child that way. But if you can give your child a listening ear, don't be surprised the child will be telling you some challenges he or she is facing outside or in the school, and you, the mother, is in good position to take care of those challenges by yourself, and you see your child doing well, and you see your child making you his or her best friend. Sometimes we all need money, but let's just give our children a little time, especially mothers. If fathers are there hunting for money, mothers who hunt for money yet will have time for our children. They are the first thing we have to take care of. Have some time for your children. Take care of your children. Try to bring out the best in them. Try to know their talents early, not to compare them with other people out there. Those people you see, you don't know what they're suffering inside. Even if there are brighter ones outside, you can also make your own child to be a bright one. Let's help children to build their future. Children cannot build their future alone. Let's try the much we can. You know, mothers, do you know why all blames is in us? because we are very close to our children. So it's easy for us to impart some knowledge to the life of our children than fathers. Mothers have very big role to play in the lives of their children. This is honest. Is a bitter truth. Some people may say, I'm not a housewife. Yes, you're not a housewife, yet you must keep some time for your children. Just try and make the best out of them. Yeah. It's like we'll be stopping here today. Thank you, my viewers. Thank you, my followers. Thank you, and God bless you. Take care of yourself. Bye.